So guys, the Vitor Pereira press conference has just taken place pre-Leeds United. Asked a lot of questions about his contract, about Leeds, about the state of the squad, the spirit. Jurgen Strand-Larsen and his injury. I'm going to update you on all the main points and everything that's come out of that and give some opinion as well. The first thing, of course, that he was asked about would be his contract. The journalist actually asked, how do you feel about the timing? He just said, like, the timing is the thing we need to move forward because we trust each other and our work, and I trust the project. He said football is about trust and hard working day by day, and if you see that, you can see what we're trying to achieve. So, you know, obviously he's got the new 3-year contract. That's the thing. He didn't go too much into that. He just smiled. And I'll talk about his general demeanour, actually, in the press conference as well, because last week he seemed a little bit frustrated, a little bit down. This week he seemed a lot more content, more relaxed, but not jovial, as we've seen in previous press conferences, probably because he doesn't want to seem too happy having getting a new contract, and of course because we need to start getting points on the board, and he come to that and talked about that. The next thing that he was talked about was Jurgen Strand-Larsen. There's two things that were brought up in regards to Jurgen Strand-Larsen. One, the new contract that has been agreed. Not sure if it's been signed yet, but it's definitely been agreed. Jurgen Strand-Larsen, new contract extension till 2030. Now, I know he only signed a contract, permanent contract, after coming off loan in June, but obviously they've revised that contract, probably a higher salary. I'm told there isn't a buyout clause in that, but that's not been officially unveiled by Wolves just yet, but it's a done deal. He talked about that, saying it's very important if we want to increase our level, and he said that is really good news. On that, they was then asked about the injury to Jurgen Strand-Larsen, and we've got good news, positive news to report on that he has returned to training. Vitor said he'd had one training session yesterday, and he hopes that he can be involved some part of the game tomorrow to help the team. Whether that's at the beginning or whether that's later on, we'll see. He's clearly not going to be fit enough to play a full game, but it is good news that it looks as if that injury is starting to clear up and he will be available to take some part in the game tomorrow. I'm very interested to see how he links up with Tulu, or whether or not they just swap with each other during the game, because Tulu, of course, as well, is another player that's not yet fully fit. He's asked how training was as well, because it's the first full week that he'd had everyone, including the new players, to work with. He said it was a good week. He said, I saw a week with hard working and confidence and the spirit to go on the pitch and fight. This is what I want to see. We've done 3 training sessions together this week. We do need more, but we're trying to create our identity. And he said that I hope that to see tomorrow the results of that work. He was asked about the state of the squad in terms of the spirit and the confidence in regards to the fact that got no points on the board. As of yet, we've not won. He said, look, we give each other confidence and they are showing ambition and to compete for positions. He reiterated that no one was guaranteed a position and that they have to work and fight for it in training. He says, I can see that they want to get results as soon as possible. And then tomorrow, he said, is incredibly important. And he made this quote, which was quite interesting. The quote, he said, if the wolf is in pain, it is time for the pack to be united and show the strength of the pack. And by that, I think he meant not only the team, but also the fans. Asked about Leeds, who've had a really positive start. They've only scored 1 goal. That was from a penalty. He said it's going to be a tough game, but we look for our team. It's a good chance to show our work and improvement. And He then went on to talk about we need to get points as soon as possible because I don't want to be in this zone. I don't want to be in the position that we are now. It came back to team spirit again, and he reiterated that we cannot lose our direction. We know what we need to do, and this is the confidence that we have. It's very important, again, he said, to have internal competition. They need to fight for the places. As I say, his demeanour was quite relaxed and chilled. I thought a lot more Vitor Pereira than he was last week before Newcastle United. And that's the main points from Vitor's press conference today. Looking forward, you can see that he really wants to get those points on the board. We all need to do because, you know, I know he's had the new contract and he referenced that it's a sign of trust both ways between him and the board, Jeff, and them in him and what he's trying to build, him and his team. But of course, one of the things he said that, you know, you build confidence and belief in what you're trying to do by getting results and points on the board, just like he did last year when he came in January. And hopefully that it starts the ball rolling against Leeds, because if we can get that win and we play well and we can win the game, it does start to alleviate some of that pressure. We do need to put a few results together over the next 5 games. But Vitor Pereira is very, very keen to move up the table, away from the zone, and compete for higher places as soon as possible. And let's hope that starts against Leeds tomorrow. Really interested to see what the starting lineup will be tomorrow. Very intrigued. What do you think the starting lineup will be? Leave your thoughts on the starting lineup in the comment section below. Leave your thoughts on the press conference as well. And if you find these of value, hit the like button. And of course, make sure you do hit the subscribe button because we've got loads coming up in and around the game. Reaction straight after the match and loads more as well. Always Wolves. News, opinion, rumour and reaction. You get it all here. Until the next one, from myself, looking forward to the game. Really am looking forward to the game. From myself, yeah. I feel like the result's going to come tomorrow. I really do. But join us tomorrow and we'll see. And of course, we'll have a special, really special edition with a special guest on Extra Time on Friday night and Sunday night, because it will be our 500th podcast as well. Until then, always Wolves.